This is Sean of SeanConrad.com. Are you your child's parent or are you their friend? Like their bestie? I don't know. I'm not criticizing, but I'm just asking you, like, what is it? Are you their parent or their best friend or friend? Because I know some parents feel like if I'm my child's best friend, my child will talk to me, will communicate with me, share with me things that he wouldn't share with other parents because they are too much in the parent zone and blah, blah, blah. And then you have the other side of the coin. Parents are like, I'm not your friend. I'm here to raise you, teach you. I'm not your friend. I don't get down like that. So, what's your stance? In what style do you raise your kid or your children? I think there is some truth to maybe being too heavy-handed as a parent, and then your child kind of closes up and everything's a secret. They don't want to tell you about anything. And on the other hand, I think there's definitely a place to be like, hey, this is what you need to do. Don't speak this way with me. I'm not your homie. Right? So, what stance do you take? Do you feel like being too much of a parent has really isolated your kid, kind of pushed your kid away? Where your kid is like totally afraid to talk to you about certain things? So maybe they do everything behind your back or think they're doing everything behind your back? It could be the case. It could be the case. But what I'm really trying to get to is this whole thing of when I hear parents say, oh, I'm cool with my son. I'm really cool with my daughter. We're tight. We smoke together. We get high together. We drink together. What else y'all do together? I don't know. I don't know if that is the path for most. And I'm saying it that way because I don't want to judge what someone does. But I do want you to think about it. I think there's a way to raise your children in a respectable way, but you don't have to be heavy-handed. When I say heavy-handed, I'm really talking about don't do this or else. Don't do that or else. If I catch you doing this, blah, blah, blah is going to happen. I think there's some middle ground where you can be like, hey, if you decide to do that, you may have to deal with this as well as dealing with that. Like just toss it in the air, right? So your kids can kind of marinate on it for a second. And then they can say, ooh, well, if that happens, that could be pretty bad, or that can set me back, or I might risk getting locked up, right? Maybe they can digest it better that way. Because I can tell you, there's been so many parents that have asked me, hey, would you just say a little word to my son or my daughter? Because when I talk to them, they don't want to hear it. It's like if you tell your child something, it's like people don't want to hear from their parent because it's like, ooh, you're telling me what to do again, right? I don't know why it works that way, but I've been there as a kid. I'm sure you have. But there has to be a way where you can just lay things on the table. Lay things on the table where you're still being a parent, but they're not afraid to talk to you. Because the best friend route is cool. But when you're like, hey, if you want to smoke, let's smoke together. If you want to such and such, let's blah, blah, blah. Tell me, I'll go on your date with you. When I don't know how well that works out because that wasn't my style. But I believe that you can be the parent who your kids will confide in. A happy medium. I believe you can do that. But if you have a certain way that you've raised your kids and it's worked for you, rock out. Rock out. I can't tell you anything. And I'm not here to do that at all. So let me know in the comments how you feel about that whole concept of I'm my child's friend versus I am not my child's friend. I am the parent. And I will tell my child how it goes down over here. All right? Can't wait to see your comments. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is Sean Conrad, and I'm out.